Stop! I can't deal with that. That's too
I can't deal with
much.
fractions.
I
I
can't.
can't do that right now.
You can't deal with fractions. Okay, we're live. So I'm gonna
Nice.
tweet. I'm gonna tweet it. I'm gonna be like,
Excellent.
11 is sort of near 10.
It is pretty close to 10,
It's pretty
yes.
close. We're gonna try and deal with this shot, just kind of the like the shadows and the lighting on it.
Hmm.
And that's gonna be what we do. I should also post the link in the server.
Nice.
Oh,
Yeah, I got my notification that it's live.
okay, wonderful.
I'm gonna sign on as my pen name account.
Perfect.
There we
So I'm kind of realizing that this eye is in a bad place. It doesn't look quite right, so we might just be.
go. The right eye.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
I see
this
what
is
you
better.
mean.
So we're gonna fix that
Oh, excuse
first
me.
because it's just gonna bother me.
Yeah, that's fair. I really like these drawings. They're really good.
Thank you. It didn't turn out
I
exactly how I wanted, but
Hmm.
that never does, right? Like that never
Yeah, I
happens.
mean, like, it's an interesting part of like all creation where like there's always going to be something that you don't like about it, but then everyone else is just like, "What are you talking about? It's great." Like,
Yeah.
I got that with like everything I've ever written. Like, there's always some little thing that although I've gotten pretty good at being like, "Yeah, this is pretty good," and I'm not gonna fuck with it. But there's always some little thing that I like don't
Always
like, and other
some
people are
little
just like,
thing.
"No, it's great." It's like, okay, cool.
Well, I did a foolish thing today.
What was
Oh,
that?
greetings, Veracity. And I tweeted about Carcat, and I didn't realize Crow was going to retweet it, so my tone is a little intense. But
I mean, Karkat is
I love him.
Karkat.
I love him.
He's yeah.
I love that he sucks. Um, I find talking about like Carcat's problems with women so much more interesting than whatever the text is trying to do with like Caliborn or whatever.
Oh yeah, no, well, Karkat's interesting because he's not like Caliborn is
A caricature.
a
It
caricature. Yes,
doesn't
he's a
say
caricature.
anything
That's
like
exactly it.
it doesn't say
Yes.
anything like actually important. Um,
Right. It's not like caricatures are fun for what they are, but like they're not good at saying things about serious stuff because it's like nobody is. Okay, that's not true. There are people like that, but they're cartoonish. Like
they're
most
just
people are not
cartoonish.
like
Yeah, they're not really a threat because like a person like that can't actually succeed in this society because everyone
that.
is
Right.
just like you're rancid. And every
Right.
observation the text uses Caliborn to make, it doesn't actually act on. Like it uses
Right.
Caliborn to say, "Look at this thing this story is doing. Isn't that sexist?" And then it keeps doing the thing.
And then it does it
It's so
anyway.
useless. Like so I just don't care.
Oh
I
my
would much
god.
rather talk about how Carcat treats the woman in his life. Not to damn him or go like, oh, I can't believe this 13-year-old would dare to have like
Hmm.
interpersonal issues and like trauma and
Oh yeah.
baggage. What? but um, but I
Yeah,
just think
like
it's
I
more real.
don't.
Yeah, it's more relevant. It's more realistic, and
Hmm.
it affects
Yeah,
Kalia. Yeah, it's right.
it does. Yeah, like that's I don't know. I find that very interesting to look at because like how he responds to Terezi and Kanaya is really like telling,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know. Karkat is really like he's really up on that. Like he wants to be accepted not just by people around him but by the system that he's a part of, and
Mm-hmm.
he doesn't realize that those two things are incompatible.
Mm-hmm.
And that's
Mm-hmm.
like I don't know. That's like his whole thing is he's like I kind of do like I kind of want to be a part of Alternia, but also I want my friends to like me, and it's like those two things can't coexist,
Right,
especially because he's got friends that are so fucked up by Alternia.
right. And that kind of ends up being, when he's in the metatextual situation, when Alternia is gone and now it's the narrative,
Hmm.
he does the same thing because the narrative
Yeah,
actually
exactly.
stands to validate Karkat, and that's interesting to
Oh
see him
yeah.
dealing with that new paradigm and how it causes him to like still treat the people around him in the same way.
Hmm. Yeah, exactly. He's a very Like he's got that kind of like the kind of toxicity that seeps inside you and like affects everything around you. Not the Caliborn like over the top, parody levels of toxicity. Like that's much easier to identify and repudiate because it's like a cartoon. It's not realistic.
Yeah.
Well, it's also like it's pretty. I was talking about this earlier today, but it's pretty symptomatic of Homestuck's discomfort with the idea that trauma can affect more than just you personally,
Mhm.
and that
Oh,
trauma
yeah,
might be
exactly.
a community thing to work through. Like that's the thing. Like Caliborn's toxicity has implications for other characters, but like could not be solved by socialization necessarily. There's just something a lot more fundamentally wrong going on in there.
Mhm.
Karkat would need socialization to overcome his toxicity, so we can't have that.
Yeah, we can't
Yeah,
just
exactly.
throw Karkat into the dungeon where problematic teens go. Which is a shame because
is
we
a
spent
place.
so many like taxpayer dollars on the teen dungeon, but
We
It
said
was very expensive.
yeah,
it was such
we
an investment for the community.
the chandeliers on retrospect kind of over budget. I should have,
It was a bit much.
It was a
but,
bit much.
sometimes you've got to splurge.
I know you got to treat yourself.
You gotta treat yourself.
I'm sorry, this is so horrible. I'm sorry, everyone. I apologize. Don't build a teen prison.
This is not meant to be taken uncritically.
Yeah, don't do that. I'll get you if you
Shadow.
do that.
Chad of Prison Abolitionists advocates for teen jail for Homestuck characters.
The most prison abolitionist thing you can do is make the teen jail for Homestuck characters. Actually,
Just so everyone's aware that's watching this, the amount of teen prisons that will be in New Game Plus,
Zero.
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 There will be none.
there are no
Well, there
teen.
go my plans for the Terezi round, Janaya.
We really should have talked about this before. He's gonna have to scrap the whole draft.
There was a whole section where Terezi explains how they built teen jail.
Okay, we're having too
10K
much fun.
words.
Okay, what is this?
And is that before or after the part where she turns to the camera and says, "I sure do like murdering children"?
It happens before, and I believe in narrative bookending. It's Aristotelian, you
Yeah,
understand?
it's the rule of threes. Like you say it 3 times. Okay.
She says it multiple times. Yeah.
Yes.
That was the other. God, the other thing about it with the whole like. The way that he talks to Terezi is really fucking weird because, like, she, as you pointed out, she is starting to like, kind of grapple with how hurt she is over what she had to do and how deeply that affected her, which is not something the narrative ever really lets her like address properly. But then Caliborn, Karkat is just like, yeah, you're good, and it's like, what the fuck? But that's almost like I might be remembering wrong because I don't
Yeah.
exactly remember the exchange, but it's almost like the narrative treats it like Karkat is right when he says that. Like yes, that is correct. Terezi is
Yeah.
fine the way she is.
It's one of
Like,
those
no,
things.
she's fucking
Yeah, it's one
not.
of those things where I don't know if the story knows. That's okay. Like
That's fair.
that's kind of can be fun with Homestuck sometimes. Like
Mhm.
that the story is wrong because
Yeah.
it's supposed to be that story where you have these like external like paradigms that it's happening in, and you can. I think that can be fine as long as you know that you're reading it that way.
Right.
But yeah, it's really interesting. It's like the comparison of like Karkat and Caliborn. I think there's more there than I've seen folks get into. Like
Yeah.
Well, it's so weird because like Homestuck very intentionally sets up those parallels on every level. You've got the candy red blood, you've got the all caps text, you've got typing in gray, and then it's just
Yeah.
they don't interact. Doesn't go anywhere.
it's like they're the
What would
same
be-
character and they can't like touch or the
Right.
time conundrum like collapses.
What would be even funnier is if none of that was actually on purpose. Like,
Oh no.
I don't believe that though. I believe that there was supposed to be parallels and they just didn't explore it.
Yeah. Act
Or-
6
or
sets
even-
up so many cool, interesting things. And then it's like,
Right.
no, I didn't. If you saw me do that, no, I didn't.
Oh,
No, I
yeah,
did
you're-
not.
Here's some more Vriska.
Oh, poor Vriska too, because that's not good for
Oh,
her
I know.
either.
No.
Yeah,
Like, none of these characters get to like actually
address anything meaningfully. And then the post-canon work was just like, I was hopeful that the post-canon work would be a way for these characters to explore the aftermath and what happened to them, and then it's just like, nope, not gonna do that.
Not gonna do that. Why
Thank
would
God we already had our arcs anyway.
you? Anyway.
Yeah, right.
Ooh.
Dust your hands off. Well,
Dust your
that's
hands
the end of that.
Should I do that little underlining there? I don't. The quills are really bad to have to draw. Oh,
We're
that's right.
behind You, so
That's
I don't
right.
know what
So,
you're referring to, but
there's the wand, and I've got some shading on it, and I'm kind of
Mhm.
erasing some of the bottom of that. I don't know if I like it.
Hmm.
I'm gonna put it back. I don't like
I
it.
mean, it looks pretty good, and also like it's gonna be on the screen for, fraction
Yeah,
of
so
a
I
second.
should probably give
so.
myself less work to do. So now,
Yeah, you should be easier on yourself sometimes. Actually,
sometimes.
like.
I think I've got something kind of weird going on with this eye too, and this is I'm going about this in such an indirect way to.
I think it looks pretty good.
Yeah.
To be honest,
Yeah,
like.
it's okay. I'm just gonna budge this eye drawing a little bit because I feel like it's kind of jittering, and I would like it to feel a little bit smoother. So. Sorry if I talk to myself and interrupt the flow of the conversation
you're
describing
good.
what I'm looking at, but if I don't vocalize it, I'll have no idea what's happening. So.
Yeah, no, you're good. I'm really impressed with this. I like it a lot. Also, keep in mind, like, actual professional animation has, like, janky shit in it all the time because it's not supposed to be frozen frame by frame. Like, you're seeing it in motion, so, like, take it easy on yourself.
Okay, I'll stop being a perfectionist for like 3 seconds.
Just two sylphs in the chat.
Just
Uh-huh.
two
No,
selves.
you.
I understand that I have no right to talk, but you still should take it easy
Well-
on yourself.
Yeah, but
No,
you're-
they need to, like, sometimes you need, like, that's why you need redundancies. That's why you need
Uh-huh.
multiple of the same. Because, like, you can't take your own advice, but you can give it to each other.
Right.
That's fair. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
that's actually
That's why I
That's,
keep surrounding myself with Karkat kitties.
that's circumventing the weaknesses of the sylph, and
Uh-huh.
that we can give really good advice, but really bad at like giving it to ourselves.
Oh.
You can look right at someone and you'll tell them something that is true and they need to hear it, and it's perfect, good advice, but it also applies to you.
Right.
And
Well, who else?
Your Garfield poster. I wonder who that's
I wonder who that's for. It's just, who else to know how unstable I am but me?
Mhm.
I'm very stable, by the way. I'm only considering the 4th Utena rewatch. I haven't actually done it yet.
That's fair.
Oh, Momo.
I also, again, cannot talk. I played Persona 5 when I was still not out as trans and was like starting to sort through my shit, and I think that that's one of the reasons that the game kind of grabbed me, because despite Atlus's best intentions, it does have a lot of like trans shit going on in it. So I played the game, which took me about 120 hours, and then I decided that the thing I was going to do next was immediately play the game again in its entirety. As
Sometimes
is, normal, like you do.
I just need to see the light in Anthony's eyes when she realizes that Utena's gonna win the second Duel of Selves.
So-
I need to see it sometimes.
I feel like I've seen Utena, but it's been like a long fucking time. Like I have this vague memory, like I saw it once when I used to watch a lot of anime in high school, but I don't fucking remember. I should watch it again sometime because I don't remember.
I would love to hear your takes on it. Now, like, obviously be careful with it, and it's got, like, some racialized stuff that's not great. That's important to
Not
keep in
great.
mind, but, like,
That's a lot.
I think there's a lot to observe in it.
Yeah. Is it available on like a streaming platform right now?
Oh, it's
or-
all free on YouTube, actually. The studio
Oh,
put it
shit.
up on YouTube for free.
Oh, that's fucking dope.
It's really cool that they did that.
That's amazing.
Because it's such like a I'm gonna
That's
say
a
like
really,
formative for the genre. It's done
I
amazing
fucking-
things.
I love seeing that. Like it happens so infrequently, and like we're I know like we're all part of a fandom where we make like lots of really really cool stuff for free, but like it's cool to see actual like studios do that. Like, oh, we sold this already and we're not making like a bunch of money off it. Let's release it for free.
Hmm.
Like, you know, make the art actually like accessible to people.
Yeah, because like the same team that worked on it isn't really like around, and it's how old is it? It's got to be like older than 30.
Yeah, I feel like that's right. I'm not sure
I'm
though.
going
Let me
to
look it up.
Google it now.
No, wait,
Yeah.
because if it was in the mid 90s, actually, no, it was early 90s. Oh wait, am I
1997.
1997?
Yeah, 97
Oh,
to 90. Oh, it was only for 1 year. Okay, interesting.
yeah. Oh, it was. Yeah, it was.
Yeah, that would
in a
explain
flash.
why I was like, it was so in my consciousness because that's when I was getting like really into anime. I probably have at least seen some of it. Fuck it, you know, 39 episodes. That's not bad. I'll watch.
Oh
it.
no, yeah, it's super watchable.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like Naruto, which
I will never engage with Naruto.
I
I
have.
understand.
It's too much.
I gotta do it
Too fucking
sometime,
much.
but I just what I insist though is that I get to watch the German version, so I get the German Naruto opening every episode. I think that'll like keep me going.
Oh,
Momo,
okay.
why would you?
I lack context.
I
for
really
this.
enjoy it. I really enjoy it. Who's knocking? Oh. Oh, Daff is just giving us good meta. Folks can read that out if they
Yeah.
would like. I need to watch the other chat too. Daff's meta is good. Daff is
Yeah,
correct about things.
Okay, so Daft in our, I'll read it out for the folks
Yeah.
in chat. So Daft in our chat on the Discord chat says God tier is a mechanic that is only given to players who Hussy feels have accepted there is something deeply wrong with their society and are willing to change that. Key point being Hussy feels. The reason Gamzee fake God tiers is because Homestuck doesn't believe his problems are real. The reason Arati and Vriska God tier is because they feel the schisms within their society are incorrect and have embraced that, but in bad ways. TLDR, Hussy and Caliborn's judgment is bad. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I don't know how to feel about that in regards to Aradia. If only because, like, I don't know, she's so fucking hard to get a read on because the narrative keeps like
Yeah.
getting close to her having an opinion about something and then decides actually she doesn't care.
Aradia,
Aradia-
yeah, is sort of for the racial tensions in
Very good.
Homestuck, the model minority, and it's
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't really,
Uncomfortable.
yeah, it doesn't really move it forward on anything.
Yeah. Aradia's characterization never made any sense to me because, like, yeah, she's always brought close to like being able to care about stuff and then not allowed to, and it's really fucking weird. And
These
like
cool
I don't
people
know.
don't care about things. Remember Cancri?
Oh yeah, like I feel like it's not consistent within Aradia because like you're shown aspects of her personality that imply that she does like deeply care about people, but then she's like, no, actually, and it's like I like basically every fandom interpretation of Aradia better than the way canon Aradia is.
Yeah, the text like it ostensibly knows that Aradia's situation is like a real problem, but since it's coming from Hasi's perspective and he's uncomfortable with any of the actual ramifications of racism on people's lives or like the things you would actually need to do to address it, that it's sort of just it really like ropes in her character to be this thing that doesn't make a lot of sense.
Yeah, exactly. This is because Hussy wrote her. Yeah, no, there's a lot of cases in Homestuck where the actual characterization making sense is thrown out in favor of like Hussy advancing what he wanted to do with the story, but it's like sometimes you don't get to do that as a writer. Sometimes your characters kind of like go off in a direction that you didn't expect, and like you can either kind of run with that and like do something fun with it, or you can, you know, try desperately to fight against it in a way that makes your story incoherent.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, it's like, and again, writing Aradia would require Hussy to maybe write somebody giving a shit about Tavros. Because, you know, she has 2 established prior relationships to dying, and it's Solix, which is like, they're fine. Like, they're not given any screen time to do anything, but that relationship's fine, I guess. And Tavros, who Aradia just never speaks speaks of ever again.
Yeah, that's messed up. I think that the fact that she never talks about any of what happened with Tavros is really weird, and the fact that her relationship with Solix is just kind of like, I don't know, just it just doesn't. Aradia feels like a character that's like, I'd like to talk more about Aradia, but I've got a lot of Vriska stuff to talk about.
The
so,
reason that Terezi and Vriska are still, like, they feel very hollow at the end of the story is they actually haven't made amends with the people they really hurt. And they haven't, it just doesn't seem like the story thinks that that's important to them or their emotional development, but it clearly is, because they're still hung up on it and they're still suffering. So it's just, it's very weird.
I really do remember when I saw somebody be like, I hate it when Vriska haters bring up Aradia, because clearly Aradia is fine with what happened. If she doesn't hold it against Vriska, you should. I'm like, I don't think that's like the woke take you think it is.
I don't think that's a good.
Aradia doesn't even care about being murdered.
Yeah,
and that's
she's
a very healthy
fine
attitude.
with it.
Vriska cares about having done the murder. Like, Vriska cares. Vriska's not over it, and like it wouldn't be good for her if she was. Because Vriska doesn't like that, and doesn't like that about Alternia. Like, Vriska actually has problems with what happened. And because she's not an evil person, she has problems dealing with that discomfort, and she does tend to make other people kind of pay. Yeah,
that's the thing that gets, like, lost in the shuffle with Vriska. Is, like, she's not a person that's really, like, finished. She hasn't dealt with the things she's done at all, really, but, like, she's not evil. Like, she does actually, like, feel bad about what she's been doing, and, like, there's so much shit to unpack as far as, like, why she did anything, and, like, how she plays into society, especially with her role as, like, this kind of, like, upper mid-level aristocrat, essentially, where she's got a lot of power, but she's still very beholden to the system that she's a part of. Like, it's an interesting character that gets treated like just nonsense by the narrative.
Yeah, and it's like, when I say that she, like, Vriska still doesn't really cope with, like, the people that she's actually hurt, more with the abstract idea of hurting people, it's like, I'm not looking for her to sit down and have, like, a whole confessional sob session about how, and I hurt these people, and I hurt these people, and doing, like, specific apologies to each of them. The character that I keep thinking about right now, and that's not a surprise because I think about him constantly, is Bakugo, who, like, not the same degree, but he does have a pretty similar arc of there are characters that he hurt because of the person that he was at the time. And he never really has a sit-down moment of apologizing, like, directly for the things that he does. But he still has to wrestle with, like, how he treated that person and why he treated them that way. And he still has to reconcile that relationship to that person.
Yeah. And he never really gets a chance, Vriska never really gets a chance to do that. Like, I don't know about Bakugo, because I don't go near
Bakugo does.
Naruto. But yeah, no, that's fair.
The
but
narrative
Vriska doesn't.
The narrative ends up hurting Vriska by insisting that Tavros isn't important. It's like, it's just unnecessary.
So fucking weird. Right, and like, it's, and then post-canon just kind of doubles down on that, because Vriska is portrayed as being both very important and very fine with everything. Which is weird, and it's a very strange take, and it feels very
it's bizarre, because, like, Vriska's just... Oh, does that piece of hair really just disappear for the entire frame?
I think Bakugo is from Naruto, correct?
I'm sorry, I just didn't mean to laugh. I didn't mean to laugh. I'm so sorry.
One of them animes I haven't watched. There might be
I wanna do something like that unintentionally today.
Yeah, we've got 3 different anime adjacent properties, because someone in chat said from Danganronpa, and I think there is a Bakugo in Danganronpa, but that's not the one we're talking about.
Oh, is there a Bakugo?
I've never watched My Hero Academia or Naruto in my life.
God. I don't wish that was me, but like I understand.
Uh, you know, I've already signed myself up for it. I've agreed to watch.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I've agreed to watch Her Academia. So my blissful
Okay.
reality of not watching this anime is about to come crashing down.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Um,
fair.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, yeah. Sorry, I'm looking at Twitter. I should stop doing that. I'm avoiding the fact that I made like a big mistake in the line art on frame 2, and I don't want to address it. I want to
You're good.
ignore it.
It's fine.
I want to
It's-
ignore it.
It will. How? What's the frame rate for this? Like, it's gonna be on screen for like a fifth of a second. You're fine.
Oh, I'm. Ooh. No, I'll take care of it. I'll take care of it. I'll take care of it.
It's still good. It's still good.
It's so good. It's just a little airborne.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, all right. We did it. That was easy. This whole animation project has just
Nailed
been
it.
I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. And then I do it. It's fine.
It's. I mean, I get that. It's so impressive and it's coming along so well. But also, like, I know it's like consumed your life for years. And
Yeah.
It's a lot. Like,
Oh,
I know you weren't working on it constantly. Like, you stepped away from it and then
I
came back.
did.
But still.
But still. Are you the hairline art? Good, because you're supposed to go in there. Oh, I put it on the wrong layer. I thought I fixed the
I-
problem. I just gave
I
more problems.
I still think it's trippy though because the unfinished like demo of Resolve is one of the things that I saw when I first entered the fandom, and I was like, oh wow, that shows the kind of stuff that we can do, and that was really cool and inspiring. So
I always wanted it to be that, so that's very,
yeah,
very
I'm really happy to see you working on it and like get to know you actually. So
Aw.
that's been really cool.
It's been very cool to come back. I'm glad I did.
Yeah.
I think the fandom obviously went through some rough waters.
Yeah.
Or 2019, 2020, but
Mm.
I've seen some promising things. I refuse to give up. I'm
Yeah.
not a quitter, so I think it'll either be okay or we'll survive it. Because I think we've like been through what,
Oh, yeah.
like the worst, the worst
I mean,
stuff
there's-
that Homestuck has to offer right now.
Yeah, there's always going to be people that are not, good or nice, but that's just kind of a dealing with humans type thing,
Right.
to be honest. So
Yeah,
like,
you'll get that anywhere. That's not specific to our
yeah,
fandom.
like I think that's setting a tone of like support and positivity, but not in the uncritical sense of the
Yeah.
word, but in the sense that people who have things to say are uplifted rather than told to shut the fuck up.
Right. Dawn is asking,
Thanks.
what will happen to the unfinished S Resolve once S Resolve is completed? I will leave the old video up of the incomplete version, but I will change its title to say incomplete after a while. How I plan to do it is I will upload the new one, and in its title it will say complete, and then the old one will say incomplete. I'll leave it that way for a bit. Then eventually the complete one, I might just change its title back to being S Resolve, and then it gets to have that title, because I think you can edit YouTube video titles
You can.
very easily.
I'm
So,
pretty sure. Yeah.
so that's that's my plan with it.
You can't replace footage, but you can
Yeah.
edit the titles. So.
So that's my plan. I'm not going to be taking it down. I think it's nice to see where
Yeah.
where it changed and like over the years.
I do think it's interesting to kind of see like the historical progress of some things, like
Mhm.
how things change as you create and develop them.
It always changes.
Yeah.
It's interesting. Like the new development environments are like with Kickstarters and Patreons for a lot of people, especially indie people. And it can be a big risk to let people see the process sometimes, because things change. Like problems come up and you have to like cut things and make like big changes, and people don't always understand. Even if someone was there working with you on it, they might not always understand. There's always disagreements between
Yeah.
people in any creative process. So it can be really vulnerable to let in an audience of anonymous people
Yeah, like
to
that.
be over your shoulder about it.
That's something that I like. You know, I like working on collaborative projects, but also I have a tendency to just like kind of do stuff and like, and I have a lot of energy, so like I really have to rein myself in on things and like you know, learning to take people's advice
Yeah.
can be quite fun about it. Like I remember I was working on because like I talk to Crow about stuff that I'm working on sometimes because they have good thoughts about things, and I was working on something for a Redacted project that Crow is kind of like one of our like advisors for, and I was running a thing by them, and they had some advice for it, and they're like, you know, I've got some like criticisms, and you know, I still get that initial feeling of like raising my hackles and be like, no, it's perfect the way it is, and I was like, no, that's ridiculous. Like this is like a draft of it, and they had some like really good advice about like timing and stuff that worked out really well and made it a better thing. Or the thing for New Game Plus where you, Momo, and I were talking about a dialogue exchange I had written, and like you had some thoughts about like characterization that, again, initially I'm like, no, I wrote something good, which I didn't say because I know enough that it's like stupid.
Oh, I
Like,
think things like that all the time. I'm always like, no,
I
I'm right
know,
about everything, but I won't say so,
But-
and I'll think about it, and I'll come back to
But
it
yeah,
later.
exactly. But then like I looked at what you said and I like integrated some of the changes you made and like changed things around to match the tone better, and like it worked a lot better.
Yeah,
and
when
it was much more powerful.
When I read the Kanai draft, I'm like, holy shit, people are gonna love this. This is so good.
Yeah,
So I'm super excited.
Yeah, I got really good feedback on that, and like it's very hard to put my stuff out there for people even now. Like I do it anyway, but like I have a lot of that like imposter syndrome thing, and like I just think that, you know, like people are gonna like judge it and hate it, and to see people with like strong opinions about either the character or the concepts being discussed, like the work that I did is really like, I'm like, okay, that's a good sign.
Yeah, it's really nice. I'm kind of nervous about Act 8 resuming because since Homestuck 2 isn't updating right now,
Right.
and a bunch of other projects are like they don't have Act 8's history necessarily.
Right.
I'm gonna be in a position where I'm now likely to become like a more high profile project, and that can be very risky, so
Yeah.
I'm a little nervous, but I'll be okay.
I do think that you have a very excuse me, you have a very good attitude about it. Like you have a very even-handed view of like how you should approach your audience and like people that are critical to your work and people that are just assholes about your work, and like that's hard to do, and that's hard to do even like, you know, because we're both on the older side of the fandom. Like it's hard to do even like as an older person, and like that's really like, I don't know, that's a skill. That's a skill.
It is a skill. Yeah, it's a skill. And it takes like practice, and I couldn't have done it as a younger person.
Oh yeah, no.
Absolutely.
I would have. God.
When you're a young person, you just feel like the entire world is crumbling around you all the time.
Oh,
like the
yeah.
sky is always falling. It's always 100%.
I
Always 100%.
remember when I was a teenager, I was in the Star Fox fandom, and I at one point I ended up running like one of the it was a small fandom, but I ended up running one of the major boards there because like the person that ran it had sort of burned out, and was like, a friend of mine and I were like, hey, if we like pay for hosting and stuff, you like give us the code for this? And they're like, yeah. So I ended up moderating this board, and then I ended up moderating like its follow-up, and it was like, I just wasn't ready for that. Like dealing with it was so frustrating. The board was a piece of shit. Like the technology was terrible. And like it was just frustrating and annoying. And I remember one day I just got fed up, and I basically just like shut it down without warning.
Oh.
It was like, hey, this is fucking gone. We're moving it over to here where the platform is less terrible, which like in retrospect was a pretty immature thing to do.
Yeah, it's just like as a
But,
kid
like,
you're just
I was like a 16-year-old,
Right.
so
That's why we're not building the teen prison.
that's why we're
That's
not
why we're
building
not building the teen prison. Because
And that's
it
also-
makes sense.
Yeah, that's why New Game Plus is an 18+ project.
Yeah.
Like, it's, there's a certain like level of maturity that's like when you start to run bigger things or do like bigger, longer term projects. Like it's nice to at least have people involved that have like some perspective on different things and like from different areas of life and stuff.
Mhm. We can do it. We can all come together.
Exactly.
Make it a better place. We can do it.
Exactly.
Hold hands around MSPA fan adventures and sing Kumbaya.
We're gonna. We're gonna. Not to be like Pollyanna, but like if I see other people being cynical, I'd be like, ha, nah, don't worry, I've been through worse. It'll be fine.
Yeah. Oh, exactly. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
that's something that I like. I'm very mindful of from my own experiences. Is like to see what can happen when people really like fight with each other in a profoundly negative way, but also like the ability for people in general, but also like fandoms in particular, to provide like a supportive environment for people figuring their shit out. Like, I don't know, that I think that gets under what's the word I'm looking for? It's underappreciated.
Underappreciated, yeah. This could be nice. We can have a nice time, everyone. I keep checking Twitter to see if I'm going to super hell for saying Carcat has.
I don't.
No, everyone's fine. No, I'm fine.
Carcat actually has a few problems that he has to work on.
He has problems. I love him. I love him. I love that he sucks. I love it.
Yeah,
He has problems disorder.
I love
He has problems. I don't have a whole lot of brain cells for Carcat, but I definitely think that he should be able to like, account for this stuff and like have to deal with it. Like I think that would be better than him just kind of ignoring his problems.
Oh crap.
He's not served well by the narrative insisting he's fine, actually.
Yeah.
No,
It's not
none of the
fine.
characters are.
No one's
Like every
fine.
character that the narrative insists is fine is very much not fine. Like,
Oh, okay. Now did I? Oh, I keep thinking, haha, I'm done with the shadows on this frame, and then it's like, no, you're not. No, you're not. That looks weird.
banished to the shadow realm.
I truly am. Okay.
Exactly.
I truly am. Okay. That looks. All right. So I've done 2 frames now.
Nice.
Time for frame
That's
3.
more than no frames.
That is more than no frames. I should plan out the rest of my day, because, like, whenever I'm not working on Resolve now, I just kind of sit.
That's
It's not.
kind of a mood.
Yeah.
I don't. Just. God.
If I'm not working on something, I just sit, and I don't like that.
Yeah, I have a very hard time like switching off and just like doing like whatever stuff. Like I think I was like yesterday I went to play Rage 2 because I got it for free, and I was like, I heard this game was good. I'm gonna just like play a game, and I think I got about 20 minutes into it, and it was fine. And I was like, this isn't super engaging, and I could be writing.
I could be working. Yeah.
I quit out, which is like, I love creating stuff, but also I know that's not always super healthy, because I've definitely gotten to the point where I'm like just kind of powering through a chapter, and it's like, ugh.
Yeah. At some point, it's kind of just.
Sometimes you just
where are my words?
like,
Yeah.
at my minimum, it's just like time to relax,
Just
and it
time.
feels so weird to do that.
Relaxing. I don't like it. I don't like it. Can I not?
Yeah.
Can I get out
Oh,
of there?
no.
I don't like it. I don't like it.
I'm so close to being done with this current novel. Like I'm in the last, like I keep saying, in the last 5 chapters. I think I actually am in the last 5 chapters. Like I've got a couple of threads to resolve, and then I'll be done with it. And I'm not gonna immediately start writing another novel because I have several things to write, both for New Game Plus and for Redacted Project. And I want to do that, and I want to like put some time into that. And it occurs to me that I will all of a sudden have a lot of time to do that because I'm writing a novel right now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wait. That.
Which
this
is a thing I
works.
just
Second
decided to
split.
do one day.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, I'm confronting the fact that I'm like graduating in about 2 months, and
Oh wow.
this will
that's
be
awesome.
the first time in my life I will not be enrolled in school or about to be re-enrolled in school,
Wow.
and I'm terrified a little bit.
Yeah. No, that's. I had a weird experience with school because I went to school and then I started working and then I realized that the degree I had was useless garbage, so I went back to school while still working full time,
Mhm.
and it was very yes, redacted, Chester Creeper,
Redacted.
and I'm not going to say what it is right now.
Yeah, tonight there's all kinds of cool projects coming up in the fandom
Are.
right now. It's very
There are.
exciting. I'm very
We
excited.
just got the teaser for the promotional trailer for the Homestuck Reanimated for Cascade,
Yeah, that's gonna be really.
which is
it's gonna be fun.
very exciting.
I can't believe it's
Yeah.
10 years.
Yeah.
I can't believe that. Someone
I,
tried someone just like there was
yeah.
that Twitter thing where they like the white and gold or like blue and black dress thing was 6 years ago. I'm like, no,
my
it
God,
wasn't.
what?
No. No,
That's
no.
crazy.
But it
I don't
was. I don't like
like
it.
that.
I hate that. Can we put that
yeah,
back,
actually,
please?
I got that experience. Like I was looking back. So I go through my Facebook memories whenever they pop up for two reasons. One is to pull out examples of me being like a super fucking egg about trans stuff, and the other is to blast any tags with my dead name or old
Yeah.
face in them. And I saw some pictures of myself from like 2016, and I noticed a couple things. One is I look fucking terrible. Like I look like someone who's a month out of an abusive relationship. And also, I realized that was like 6 years ago. Or
Oof.
it was 2015. I'm sorry, late 2015. So it was like 6 years ago. Holy shit! Like,
Ooh.
it's crazy.
It's yeah.
Really, it's a lot.
Time disappears when you're like either disappearing into your work or just like in the throes of like getting over a super
Mhm.
traumatic weird thing. So I can't even
Yeah.
remember most of college.
Yeah, I don't like. It feels like time just kind of like skipped around until I got to Texas, which is when I was first like starting to really like dig in and like figure my shit out. And even then, I still had a lot of stuff like to do, and like I don't know. For me, it kind of feels like things didn't really start until fucking 2019 because that's when I started to like settle out and you know, ironically, because I got involved in the fandom as well, which is like that's the other thing that's kind of tripping me out is like in a few months I'll have been in this fandom for 2 years and I'm not sure what to do with that information.
It still doesn't feel
God,
like
me
it could have.
too. Fuck.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, because you and I are about the
2
same, and like
Oh my god.
it's weird because I've had ideas since I started in this fandom that would be like I was like this will be really cool, and I finally gotten to the point where I know enough people and have enough like knowledge that I can just kind of do them.
You can just do
Um,
them.
Like I was like for Redacted Project, I was like, hey, wait a minute, I can just like make this, and like I know people that can help me with it because like I know a lot of the artists in this fandom. I know a lot of people that work on like big things, and I know people that can help me like spread the load in a way that will work. And I know like the artists that I could like commission for stuff too. So like it's nice to have kind of like a sense of that, and like I don't know. I know that happened over the course of like a year of getting to know people, but like it just feels like I just kind of like woke up one day and here I am. I don't know. It's a very strange experience.
That's how I feel about. That's how I felt about moving to like the city that I am. Finally having my own place. Finally having a job. It's just like I suddenly woke up. Like I just been.
Yeah.
like sleepwalking just to get through it the
Yeah.
whole time.
That's how I felt with that's actually how I felt with the gender shit in particular.
Oh yeah.
Like I really felt like that was like that was something that had been like really weighing on me, and like, and I was so worried about how other people would. Where's Homestuck 4? Indeed. Okay.
Where is
I don't
Homestuck
know
4?
how to respond to that.
I'll do it. I'll do Homestuck 4.
Where's the fourth?
Where's the fourth Homestuck game?
I will handle
technically we
Homestuck
have-
Rise of Skywalker.
Oh, Hive Swap Pack 3. I will say that I will say that Redacted Project is not Hive Swap Pack 3. I'm not quite at that point yet.
Yeah.
And yes, I did say yet. But yeah,
I'll get right on that. Blackout.
Jesus. God. Okay. Yes, we get it.
Mhm.
God. Daft in chat. But
Oh,
yeah,
Andrew
I-
Hussey's come to the chat to announce.
No, I am
Get out of here.
Get
Get the spray bottle.
Colonials 2.
He's come to announce nothing. Oh, buddy. Listen,
Cyclonials 2
listen,
Beyond
listen,
Cloud.
listen. I can give that guy a hard time.
Mhm.
He's set up an antagonistic relationship. This is what he
Yeah.
wants. I'm giving him his little treats.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is weird.
That's how he wants to engage with the That's how he wants to engage with the audience now, which is really fucking strange. But okay.
Which is weird. Like, I'm joking. I don't want to give him treats. I don't think it's good
Oh, yeah,
for.
no.
I don't think it's good for any of us.
Yeah.
I think he's wrong that this is gonna be able to improve anything. No.
Yeah,
Improve
I don't
anything
think
for
that's. I don't think that's good. But yeah, I don't know. I've liked this. I've liked my experience in the fandom because I've gotten to know people that are like really positive and supportive, and I've gotten to work with a lot of people that are really cool on really neat things, and like that matters a lot to me. And if I got to the point where I just like didn't want to do this anymore, I just wouldn't.
Yeah, if I want
There's
to be.
a lot of reasons. Yeah.
If I want to be the artist I want to be, which is to make things people are going to pay attention to and to like wrestle with sort of the structure of my environment, why not
Yeah.
do that in an established like
Yeah,
fandom paradigm?
exactly.
Like, it just kind of makes sense. The audience is already there. People are already paying attention. I don't really need to succeed economically as an
Right.
artist, which you could only do.
It's
Yeah.
such a fucking grind. It's like I am financially stable because of the work that I do that has nothing to do with art, and like that's good because making a living doing art is so hard. It's so
It's hard
draining.
to do, and in order to do that, you aren't really in control of what you're working on. I was talking with Other Cole
Oh,
about
yeah.
it kind of briefly. You could live as an artist, but you would have to be working on like Pixar films or like this
Oh yeah.
extremely just like what you're doing is usually going to be under the control of like the people who already have all the money, and that's not really what I
Right.
want to do. I'd much rather
Right,
just
like,
work
the
my day
only-
job.
Yeah, and like especially with visual art, because like as a writer, like you have the very small off chance that you can make a living as an independent writer who writes books and people buy them and read them. Like, but that's already difficult to do, and like I guess that's kind of the equivalent to like an artist who's like got their own successful like webcomic or some shit like that, and they're making a living off of it. But that's so uncommon.
You have to get
And,
really
like,
lucky. Like, it's
do.
not, not to like disparage some of the people who have really found success, but there's that myth of like the people who overcome the odds with just being so talented or so like we
Yeah.
like that story, but
Right.
structurally like there's more to it than that, and you're not like you don't have to kind of throw yourself into that paradigm to prove you have nothing to prove essentially. Like, you can just do what
Right.
you want to do.
Right.
Like, some of my favorite artworks like are incredibly successful. Like, I love Kill 6 Billion Demons, and Abaddon deserves like all the success he's gotten. He's incredibly like hardworking, talented artist. But that's, to me, that's like, it's not the only valid way,
Right,
a
exactly.
valid
It's,
environment
it's
to
also
create art in. Yeah.
it's also very uncommon. Like as cool as that would
Yeah.
be,
Only so many
like
people can have that.
yeah, only so many people get that success, and that's like that's I think kind of a product of how art functions under capitalism,
Hmm.
where it's this very it's a competitive environment, and like the thing about it is that competition. I think competition actually uh, dramatically hurts art. Like
Hmm.
I think that art thrives when artists are able to collaborate with each other and like talk about their ideas and like work together to create like more interesting approaches to things that are more meaningful. And like that's one of the reasons I really like doing fandom shit is like there's encouragement to like collaborate because like these are all free projects that none of them are like making the money and like people have the time to like there's no loss. Like you can play more than one fan game. Like
Right.
they're not none of them are that life consuming that like you can't devote your time to more than one. So I think that it encourages the artists to create things that are meaningful to them and to other people. Whereas under capitalism, if you're working like productively, you have to either do what some company tells you to, like you were saying with Pixar, or you've got to constantly be kind of fighting against other artists, which really fucking sucks.
Yeah. So I don't have any anxieties about doing fan art. I notice like
Yeah.
I'm just thinking about like a lot of things holistically lately. And
Mm.
those were comments that I did get on Act 8. Like, this is really great. Why would you spend all your energy, on
Mm.
this? When
Yeah.
Andrew Hussie obviously doesn't like you or your work. I don't know if he does or doesn't. I can't read the
I have no
guy's
idea.
mind. I can just react to what he's like done and said, and it kind of doesn't
Yeah.
matter. Like it's the same difference to me if he's doing things for like personal reasons or not personal reasons, right?
Like
Like
at
yeah,
some point, intention doesn't matter.
right.
Like the end result is the same either way.
Hmm. And it's kind of a fair question. Like, why are you doing this? Are you doing this like to be validated by any? No, like I. I don't need that because I've been through enough weird shit in my life that
Yeah.
I'm the only person now that I let validate me or not
Yeah,
validate
and
me.
like, and I think that if you do say something genuine with what you're making, like people are going to resonate. It's gonna resonate with people. Like,
I hope so.
I've had people make that comment on my writing where like I do write for an audience. This is not like vent fic, but I don't necessarily like have a strong idea of like I must cater to this specific audience. I write things that I think people would like and that I would like to read, and then people tend to like it. And it's nice to see comments like this was meaningful to me, because I've felt that way about people's work too,
Hmm.
and like I think that's important. Same with all the like game projects and stuff, and like when I first like when the news about Redacted Project first kind of came out, was some people were getting really weird about it, and it was like,
Oh,
no,
yeah.
this is not like some kind of like trick. It's something that I care about and want to like
Yeah,
engage with in a both critical and positive way.
What Pumpkin made things worse for the fandom when they like established that kind of dynamic where the projects are fucking with people or like
Yeah.
that they resent the expectations. Like I understand.
Oh yeah.
I get it. Like people are very nasty, but
Hmm.
it comes back. Like we end up getting it too just by participating. Like
Yeah,
the TF2
that's true.
engineer stuff. Like they have very valid reasons to be mad about shit. But also like they don't discriminate in who they put that baggage on.
Yeah,
Um,
that's true.
it kind of just affects everybody. One thing I do wish, like I say, I don't have any insecurities. I'm impervious. I do wish like the environment was a little less hostile, so I could go and like find content that I enjoy about the characters I like, and not have to make
Mhm.
all my food myself. It's kind of lonely,
Oh yeah.
but
Part of that I think is a
Absolutely.
general I think it's a general cultural shift in like I think Homestuck is one of the worst offenders for this, but it's a thing I'm noticing in a lot of online fandom community where there's like a strong marriage to canonization
Mhm.
to the point that it like leaks into all fanon stuff. And I think part of that is this is going to sound very weird when I say it out loud, but I think it's a reduction of all media to like representation discourse
Mhm.
to the point that it's like the only thing that matters is whether or not the thing that you care about becomes canon, and then if it does, then any other interpretation necessarily must be evil and trying to take that from you.
And it's
Right.
yeah, and
And
I
it's
was
yeah.
I was never able to be naive about like representation of Homestuck being a good thing because Homestuck was so egregiously violent towards people I cared about and
Yeah.
things that I cared about in the text. Like
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
it was I could tell that things weren't good in there. So even if Homestuck did like stop to validate me, I already know that I can't trust its judgment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's fair. Yeah,
And it,
yeah.
and it also spreads out into a broader treatment. Like I was bitching about this on Twitter the other day, but I miss fandom content where you just kind of had characters hanging out, and even just villainous characters would show up and chill for a little bit. Nobody thought anything of it. Whereas
Yeah.
here, like so much of fandom content is like reproducing the canon dynamics ad nauseum without like real commentary or insight. It's just these characters are friends, so they're gonna hang out, and these characters are the bad guys, so they're gonna stay the bad guys forever.
And it's like
And
we
it
already
just-
had
the whole thing
Homestuck.
becomes very
Yeah.
We already had Homestuck. And
Saturday morning cartoon.
we already had Homestuck, and it was like it was cool, but some things in it were pretty bad, and I feel no
Yeah.
need to recreate those over
Right.
and over.
Right. I think that like yeah, exactly. We already had Homestuck as kind of like the bottom line. It's like I don't need something that just creates Homestuck again. Like that's not interesting. I want to either see something done with these characters that is like really different, like they've taken them and putting them in a different environment, or that like meaningfully addresses the issues.
Yeah,
that
some
are-
of the
that are brought up before.
characters really like were able to benefit from like the kind of new paradigm. I think the trans reading of Vriska really is helpful to her character and really like is a good context to read her in, and I'm glad that that was brought into the limelight. But there's other characters that really needed to, and there's other ways even Vriska needed to move past the original paradigm of Homestuck that she didn't get to.
Oh, yeah.
And then Dave, Kat are still just they're fine, they're not fine. Like all the characters that stood to gain the most, like Dirk and Gamzee, and Terezi and Aradia, like all these people that really could benefit from moving past Homestuck's assertions about them as people didn't get to do that. They're more trapped in it than ever.
Mhm.
Epilogue sort of felt like, and I don't know, right? Like, I just have what the guys said about it. It's just like coming back to the fandom, reminding them, hey, I'm actually in control here and I can do whatever I want and I don't care about how it makes you feel. And you just should just be an adult about that and just accept it. Which is like shitty. Like, it's just shitty. It's a shitty thing to do to somebody.
It is, and I do sometimes wonder about like, okay, time travel back, drop the epilogues on the 2012 fandom. How do they respond to it as opposed to the 2019 fandom? Because you're looking at two extremely different internet cultures,
Yeah.
not just around Homestuck, but just around media in general.
Yeah.
And it's like,
Mhm.
what is the response there?
Some
Yeah.
people, and I hate to say it, like some people just they get their Dave Cat, they say I'm good, and they really don't care anything else that Homestuck does that's hurtful or like
Yeah.
wrong. And I think
Yeah,
there'd
I
still be
think-
those people.
There's a lot of like there's a lot of stuff that never gets like properly unpacked or dealt with, and it's like I don't know. Having started to engage with Dancestor content and that really kind of hits hard
Yeah.
because like the Dancestors are such hollow characters.
It was the
And, like-
the writing on the wall. I
Yeah.
think like that's when I knew that Homestuck's fucked up when I saw how
Like,
the ancestors are handled.
I've been reading a bit of like Porum and Arania stuff because I actually like that ship. I think it's potentially very interesting. But one of the things that you kind of can't run away from is the baggage associated with Mindfang and the Dolorosa, and like how that informs the relationship between Porum and Arania. And like there's a couple of pieces out there that address that in a meaningful way, and then there's a lot of just like very gross takes on it, which I won't go into details on the stream, but there's some gross shit out there, and like it's really disappointing because I think that that's something that has the potential to be explored in a way that's both healthy and interesting, and also like I can only imagine the shit show that would have ensued if Homestuck, as written by Andrew Hussey, had attempted to actually address their relationship. Like, I say I don't like that we didn't get a lot of Dancestor content, but I'm also kind of glad we didn't get more Dancestor content from canon Homestuck. Like, that would have been bad.
Yeah, it's kind of a monkey's paw thing where,
exactly.
Andrew will start treating other fans the way he treated, like, people who liked Tavros or liked Gamzee or liked Nepeta or liked any other character that he didn't personally like want to deal with. And I get it that you didn't predict how people were going to react to something, but then you're in that situation and you're empowered to make a choice, and you keep making the most hostile, weird choice.
And it's also like you can't talk people out of caring about a character that they care about. Like, you just like he keeps seeming to drill down. It's like, maybe if I drill down on this a little harder, people will stop caring about Tavros and they will stop asking me questions about him. And I'm like, I don't think that's... No, I don't think that's how anything works. I think maybe you can just ignore it.
Yeah, he didn't really understand what that character was going to mean to, like, the people it meant something to. Because you put this guy that's being, like, very clearly disenfranchised by a racist system, and oh no, that actually had like an effect on his behavior and his personality, that, he can't just girl boss his way out of. And Andrew's like, ugh, nasty.
Oh boy, Tavros, I don't think we can girl boss, gatekeep, or gaslight our way out of this one.
I want Aradia to say, like, as a fun little in joke they have. I think that'd be fun. But yeah, it's just like people are sensitive about these things for reasons, and you can either be very cynical about those reasons, or you can work with people. But he doesn't want to. And now we're in this weird situation where we have to, like, we know Aradia is good, but we don't want to actually, like, validate any of her problems, like what would actually be done to address those problems. Because she's like, to Homestuck, she is the model example of a person with problems resulting from being disenfranchised, because she doesn't actually ask you to do anything. And that's so frustrating.
I'm gonna go. I'm actually going to go do something with Crow related to the Reanimate. So.
Ooh, exciting! All right, tell Crow I said hi.
I will do that. I'm gonna pop out. Thank you, as always, for having me on. It's been a lot of fun to talk about stuff for a little while. So.
Always a pleasure.
Yeah.
I'll be around if you need me for anything for Redacted.
Yeah, right now probably not. I will definitely let you know. It's kind of quiet right now, but I'm gonna start doing some. Once I finish the novel, I'm gonna start doing some like actual work on like the design docs and everything.
Okay,
so.
I'm excited. Well, take care.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. Thanks for having me. Both you and Riff have a nice day, and I will talk to you later.
You too. Bye.
Bye.
Now it's
Why do we all do that? Like, as a system, all gay people are just like, bye.
That's us. That's us. Okay, am I doing? Whoa.
Also, I've now made it. I've done.
What have you done? Because whenever Riff says, I've done it, I get upset. Preemptively.
Well, you know.
Riff, I'm asking. If I knew, I wouldn't ask.
Check the voice chat.
Oh,
check,
no.
Check the.
I don't want to check that. Riff, stop! Riff, I'm so mad. I'm gonna show this to the audience. I'm so mad I'm gonna make other people experience it.
I'm so mad. I'm gonna show my voice call so I won't be mad anymore.
Princess out, puts it in my wallet, shows it to people, like, on the street. Alright, how's chat doing? I'm not gonna buy the books, cause why would I give money to a man who's just gonna, like, tell me I'm stupid?
No,
Why?
I've seen the commentary. I don't need to know.
I don't need that. It's not a good thing. It's like a cognito hazard. Don't do it. Don't put it in there. This guy has issues, and I think maybe even problems. And maybe, like, it's kind of irresponsible for him to keep putting them out there like that. I don't know. I wish I didn't have to say this. I wish I could just not care. But unfortunately he does think it's very cool to talk about his 13-year-old character making, like, a bull dildo out of Tavros' corpse. So, like, that's what we are subjected to. That's our reality.
And it's just like, again, like, most of the comments are not meant to be taken literally. That's fine. But, like, when you're fucking with me that much, I don't want to engage in good
I
faith
don't
with
want to
your content.
fuck
I
with
would
you
rather
about
just
that.
leave.
That's not an okay thing to fuck with people about. It's not funny. I don't know why he thinks he's funny. Like, that's just not. Sorry,
Yeah,
went off
no.
it there. Don't buy the books. Don't do it. I'm
It's like,
weirded
man.
out by people who think that's okay.
And it's also just like the book, even in terms of just like general author commentary, it exists in the same realm for me as like J.K. Rowling's Twitter exists in relation to Harry
Ugh.
Potter, where it's like, no, I don't trust a single word that comes. No, she did not mean to do this.
No, like, it's done. You said your
Fine.
piece. You said your piece. You wrote the comic. Like, it's over. No takesy backsy. This is my clown. Bitch.
My clown,
My clown, bitch.
Danimos our clown. Our clown,
Danimos.
comrade.
Danimos. If communism, then why not,
I mean, a
imagine,
clown.
yeah, just imagine, like, that, hey girls, did you know that? And then it's just the Nemos rabbit just over. Yeah, Pine, sorry. I'm sorry that I had to repeat that. I won't speak of it again, but I just had to warn people that maybe Andrew's, like, going through something right now and always, and we should just, you know, it's like when your weird uncle, at the family gathering, just don't look directly at him. Also, Daft, it's okay. I'm gonna leave the participation open because I could have one other person jump in if they really want to, and we're gonna only go for another 40 minutes.
Alright, well, I'm taking about as many notes on marks as I want to, so
Yay!
time to radicalize some fourth years.
Not just any fourth years, but like fourth years in a very specific kind of learning environment. If this is in the context I think it is, so that's fun.
Oh, fourth years in a religious university, but also fourth year English majors in a somewhat liberal arts program. Yeah.
It's in a religious university. I want this for Carcat. I'm glad you're a Carcat,
I
Kenny. I
want-
think it's helping you.
I know. Carcat in academia is like what happens.
It's what happens.
This is the ideal environment for him because he has so many deadlines, but such clear expectations.
He loves it. He loves clear expectations.
He loves
so
clear
much.
expectations. He loves any kind of line of work where you can make a sticker chart of objectives.
Oh, so satisfying.
A little sticker on.
It's a nice character detail with Karkat that not a lot of people, or at least I don't think it was intentional, but I've chosen to pick up on it, where his room is very, very clean. Like, he's so meticulous. Also, Val! It's Val!
I was waiting for it. I was waiting
It's
for it.
Val!
I was waiting for it. Hi.
I'm clapping, but it sounds weird because I have my tablet pen in my hand, so now I'm actually clapping.
It's all good. It's all good. It's all
Happy
good.
Sunday. How are you?
It is. I am glad. It is my day. It is in fact the Sunday. Is the day for the
The
sun.
day of sun.
The day of me. This is me. Me. Anyway.
Anyway.
I was able to get affiliate on my Twitch.
Nice.
which
Nice,
means that
you're
now
doing
I
it.
can make. I am doing it, and I took a break. So come around Wednesday, I'm gonna pop off. I have basically let go of the reins of the narrative for just a little bit of time. Let it breathe, and I'll clutch it again. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Thank you for sharing, because I really need to get this done. Oh.
You're doing great. Let me tell you that right now. Fucking
Oh.
if you're gonna sit there and clap at my entrance, like fucking I'm gonna sit here and tell you you're doing absolutely wonderfully. You should be proud of
Okay.
yourself.
Oh, okay. I'll try to not cry. I've been death gripping my sanity lately, and I think it's holding. But
Oh no, it's you. You seem. It seems like you're doing pretty well.
yeah.
Seems like you're doing pretty well.
I'm feeling good today. Yesterday was like, ugh. You know those days where your brain just doesn't want to do emotions, so it just doesn't. And you're like, oh wait, but I'd like
Of
to
course,
also
of course.
feel positively about things, and then it's just no. But here I am, so. Uh-huh. Yeah, Karkat sticker chart. I want to hear more about that.
Well, it's a thing that Gamzee starts as like a little joke. It's a little prank on their husband.
Yeah.
And Karkat complains about it because Karkat complains about everything. But every time a sticker goes on there, he's filled with this overwhelming sense of completion as an individual.
And Gibby's like, you don't feel like condescended to, because I don't want to condescend to you.
It's fine. It's fine.
It's fine, though. He loves it.
Just put the other sticker on there,
Please,
alright?
please put the other sticker on there. And Lucas like, okay.
Also, he can't put the sticker on himself. Somebody else has
can't.
external validation. Is important.
Oh, crab. It's true. See, I love him. I love this crab, I promise. I promise I adore this crab. I love that he's stupid. I love that he's a little fool. I clap like a court noble when he dances around in his little fool hat. I love him.
Dance for me. Dance for me. Ha 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 ha. Dance or you get the galley.
I think the thing is he
this is demeaning.
It is, but he thrives in that environment. He'll be okay, I promise. I just think it was very, very funny when he was dead and like Macklemore was laid over the background a little bit. Someday I'll
Macklemore.
actually like sit down and do a fun prank on myself and write like a serious thesis about why Macklemore, because there's got to be something in there.
Macklemore, comma.
Yeah.
Well, you see, he did invent
Hard
the
eyes.
gay community.
He
so,
did invent-
it's actually
He didn't.
He also did invent the white people who listen to rap community.
Yeah.
I guess.
So, with
the Lord giveth and the Lord
the
taketh
Lord
away.
taketh away. The Prince
don't-
of Seattle. They really like him there.
I just
At least they did.
pray for the day that like Tom McDonald, Eminem, Macklemore get over their fascination with the fact that they're like a minority within like the music industry. Like we get it. We know.
we know.
Motherfucker, it's right there. Look at your skin, bro. We can see it.
It's there. So like, I think that's what it is, because Hussey has been fascinated with rap music for his entire comics career, and been
Yeah,
really
and-
weird about it.
Every time that like somebody does like a rap, like I find it so funny because like it's one of the really shitty like AB rhyme schemes too.
Yeah.
and like they always have like the really shitty like backbeat track, which frankly I don't know. It feels like it's a homage to just how much he doesn't understand, and I know he did not do that. Ironically, I know that man was serious about that shit. There's no other way. There's no other fucking way.
Macklemore is so earnest. Like, he means it. He means every single dumb thing that comes out of his mouth. And that's kind of nice, I guess.
He'll be mean on the beat. He'll go off like Shark Week Raw. You know, he will in fact say that this is the fucking moment.
He meant it. He meant it.
He meant it. He got up there and said it so sincerely to us. Like,
downtown still slaps a little bit though. That one's fun, but also it's mostly not Macklemore. Like, all the good things about it are not him.
Listen, all I'm saying is the song "Can We Go Back?" This is whatever that fucking song. Oh, The Ceiling, whatever that song is called.
Yeah.
That song slaps.
It's fun. That's the thing. Macklemore is yeah. This is it's kind of like with Homestuck, where oh god, you really meant that, but
it's like yeah, there was an attempt, most definitely. It reminds me of fucking Logic's like suicide prevention song, the 1-800 song.
Oh,
and so like
he
like singing,
huh?
I don't want to be alive, I don't want to be alive, and he's like, who can relate? Woo, yeah. I want to kill myself. Hell yeah, bruh.
Sorry,
really?
but all of our mics are
Really?
peaking. Hi everybody. This is the part where we scream because it's been a year.
Wait, are we on?
Yeah,
Are we
we're live. Yeah, we're live.
Oh, we're live. Oh shit! Hi everybody. I thought I was. Oh my god.
No, it's okay.
Oh my
No,
God.
you've been great. No, you've been good.
I'm popping off for no damn reason.
No, you're good.
Ooh. Okay, good.
Yeah, sorry. That's why I try and put stuff like in general before I'm gonna go live so people know.
Oh,
It's good,
wait.
it's
So
good.
you aren't, or you are?
I am. We are. There's the people.
Okay. Okay.
Let's see.
Motherfucker really did say.
I haven't been
motherfucker
watching
did
the
say,
chat.
Yeah, hands up, all the motherfuckers who are suicidal. Let's go.
that song made me laugh so hard every time it came on, and I was in high school at the time, so everybody was so mad at me for it. They're like, this is a very
And you know the
serious
best part
song.
about it is that like his music video was like about like a gay black teenager and like this like gay white teenager, and them like getting made fun of because they're gay. Like, I mean, like, okay, the music video is fine, right? But like, it just feels like it was kind of slapped on to like the song.
Why don't we
itself, 'cause the
also
song
end
doesn't say
racism while
anything
we're
that-
here?
He ended racism. He ended homophobia. He ended like colorism, because I don't know if y'all remember this, but like after the 15th time of Logic reminding everybody is biracial, I think everybody needs a reminder. Logic is biracial.
Oh, we live in a goddamn society, Val.
We do live in a goddamn society, Momo.
No,
Hate to see
you
ya.
live in a society. I live in a hole under the earth.
Riff, let me in. Let me into the
No,
hole. Let me
no,
into the hole.
my
I want
hole.
in the hole.
No,
Riff.
you're not gonna get in my hole. It's my hole.
Okay.
Yeah, I said it out loud. You know what? No retractions.
We're live. Okay. All right. Well, everyone, thank you for coming to the Act 8 stream. We're still here for a half hour, but thank you for now, because I know you're going to click out and never come back. So I appreciate
thank
your
you.
time while you were here.
Remember me, Riff.
Remember Riff. In your restless dreams, you'll see that stream.
I mean, apparently I'm already invading Cole's dreamscape, so...
Oh, what'd you do in there?
I don't know. They won't tell me.
They won't tell you?
They won't tell me.
I hope it wasn't weird.
Cole, knowing the way I manifest in other people's psyches was probably a little
It
weird.
was probably a little weird. Well, that's okay. Do you think, since I have a theological question. So
Alright.
do you think God uses you to manifest like in other people's dreams? Do you think that's also like by God's design? This is legitimate. I'm not being an asshole.
I mean, are you asking me if I think God controls dreams?
Yeah.
or- I mean, it basically
Does God
comes
control
down-
dreams?
Does God control dream? I mean, like,
Momo, stop
I
making
feel
me
like it's one
fucking
of those
dream about
instances where he
Sundays
probably-
and like ice cream cones. God damn.
Sorry.
I'm,
Sorry, just you and Val just both talking and I can't hear either. It's like I just come into the saloon. I lean on the counter. Val's the bartender. I'm like, Val, hey Riff, and Riff's also there. I'm like, hey, does God control dreams? And you both just throw beverages at me.
no. I'm over here like pouring the like most like spiciest, bubbliest tonic for you, and like you just hear me go.
Oh, good. Give me that though.
and I just quietly pull out my gun.
Oh.
No, but if you want my honesty,
Put on the table.
yeah, put it on the table. I'm retiring as sheriff in this town.
It was that
No.
easy.
I'm done. Fuck this.
No, but if you want my honest theological answer, it's one of those things where I think that if you understand God is communicating with you through dreams, I think that can certainly be the case. I also think dreams are basically just your synapses firing off information at random as a way to process it. So I don't think it's always like some deep-seated communication. I think it's just biology that sometimes is intervened with.
Yeah.
I think okay, but there are some times we're put in some really weird fucking places. I don't know about like how integral it is, or at least how often it happens. But like, we might end up being like, you know, temporarily having our consciousness leave our bodies to go off some other place. I don't fucking know. I'm trying to figure out
It's
these
like
things
the
as
Fade.
well.
Oh, look, it's Solace. Solace is in here now.
Mm-hmm. Oh, fuck.
Oh god.
Fuck.
So for the audience, I've been playing.
Out of here.
Get him out of here. I've been playing Dragon Age Inquisition, and I've been very much enjoying it. It is maybe a lot of things about it would make it the weakest in the series, but it's the game for me because I get to collect objects and customize a little house, and that makes me very happy.
Yeah. Momo loves inventory management.
I
apparently.
love inventory management. I love it. I love it, Riff. I love it so much.
I know, Momo, because I watched you
Resident
do
Evil
it.
2? Resident Evil 2?
No, oh no, I haven't played that one.
Because you're saying inventory. Fuck, hold on, I'll be right
Oh,
back.
oops. But yeah, I've been enjoying it. It is a Dragon Age game, so it can get a little stupid, but like, I've been able to, at the very least, kind of ignore.
I
what's
gotta
in
say, like, Homestuck fandom is very bad in so many myriads of ways. I still think we have a long way to go before we're as bad as the Dragon Age fandom.
Uh-huh.
I still think we have a long way to go before we start listing shit like pro-Chantry, anti-Aveline, has opinions on elf racism, Grey Warden's discourser, ask before you follow.
How would you what is there Grey Warden discourse?
Yeah.
Why? They're great.
Well, because under some very clumsy lenses of interpretation, maybe they're cops, but also, like, them as a state body bothers people because they can just sort of grab whatever they want with full sanction.
They're not a state body, is the whole thing about. Sorry, now I'm doing it.
No, I know that, and you know this is what the Dragon Age fandom does. Somebody will say the dumbest bullshit you've ever heard in your life, and then you have to talk about it. And suddenly, you're putting pro-Chantry, anti-Anders, in your blog.
Anders was correct. Now, don't get me wrong. I hate that guy for other reasons, but he was correct when he blew up that church. Anyway,
No, it was sexy.
Okay, well, yeah. Yeah, you know what? No, yeah, let's say it. Let's put that on the record of things that I have said.
See, Momo, you're not a boy-liker. I'd like to inform you from a boy-liker's perspective.
Yeah.
Sexy. The things a boy can do.
Dragon Age Inquisition has absolutely spoiled me with the Whammon. I have been thrilled with the Whammon. However, Cassandra shouldn't be straight. Why are you doing this to me? Why? Why? Why must I suffer?
I want to be in the meeting that they had where they had to decide, like, okay, Cassandra's straight, right? It's like, did you ask
And to
anyone?
Morrigan too? Like,
Mm-hmm.
so disappointing.
It's like, Morgan, no, I don't understand.
No, you.
But like, with Inquisition, I know you had some actual gay people in the room.
Uh-huh.
I return.
I know
Welcome
there were
back.
gay people. And none of them told you?
No.
We're talking about gay people in the Inquisition, the Spanish Inquisition.
Oh
What
no,
the fuck is happening?
Dragon Age
Oh.
Inquisition.
Okay.
They made some characters straight that's just unnecessary.
Made the characters straight.
Yeah.
Ugh. It's just kind of forced. Like, is there a reason in
Is
their
there a
story
reason
for them to
they're
be straight?
straight? It's just not really like a reason for it.
Fable had the ability for you to choose like whether or not you wanted to have a gay character or not. I know that's for sure. Fable's
Yeah.
pretty fucking cool.
Well, they let you just kind of like role play what your inquisitor to be, whatever you want. But then like there's the different romance options, and it's just I don't know.
Oh shit! Speaking of that, I think Russia has classified me like, okay, so there was a Nintendo Direct that happened recently, and it involved showing off this game called like Me Adventure, some shit.
Yeah.
Basically, like you have like your little Mii's, and like they go off and like do all this cool shit. Like you can go fight a dragon, or go to the store and go get some, I don't know, some fucking food or something,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So Russia has made the game 18 plus because the game allegedly, now hold on, I'm going somewhere. Mind you, I'm going somewhere with this.
I'm here. I'm on my
made
way,
it-
packing my bags. I'm ready.
They made the game like 18 plus or something like that because Russia has deemed the game like against family values, because Russia's incredibly conservative, which means that they're incredibly anti-gay, and so they assumed that what was happening with the characters was that they were like gay, and or like, I don't know, something fucking stupid going on, right? And like in the thing, it was talking about them being like, bring your friends on adventures, not bring your husband and wife. And so
Was
even
Adam
so,
and
they
Steve
still.
in the party?
It wasn't Adam and Steve. Well, it also wasn't fucking Caesar being heterosexual, but they don't talk about that, do they?
No. Oh, sorry.
It's Adam and Eve, not Adam and
okay,
Steve.
Dreamer
Well,
Moons.
it wasn't slavery.
Oh, okay. Everyone in the voice call now has to
Oh.
pick their dreamer moon. I think I'm Prospit, but someone might disagree.
Durst.
You're Durst?
I say that I'm a Durst,
I'm
but
sure
everybody.
Strylon
I say I'm.
said it.
I say I'm Durst, but everybody tells you I'm Prospit.
You do seem kind of like a Prospit, but
Damn it!
you can be Durst if you want. I think it works. Like
Nobody
Nepeta's
wants to be a
Durst.
Prospit dreamer less than Prospit.
I'm
I
Prospit dreamer.
wanna. Well, I might have
I'm-
to change because my mom is a Prospit dreamer, and I want to be like, hey, mom.
Well, I think you'd
I
help
changed
Durst
my
out
mind.
over there. I think you'd be good for Durst. I think you'd help it out
I-
over there. It's kind of stinky, and you'd spruce up the
yeah.
place, lend some class.
I choose Durst just so that people can stop bitching about how much they hate themselves, and it's like, it's fine.
It's
Smiles
fine. Calm
widely.
down. Yeah, I'm Prospit because I
One sec.
refuse to give up.
I must get ramen. I'll be right back. Right back, like the
Riddle
next
me
20
this.
seconds.
I'm Riddlin.
Riddle me this: if I don't hit myself in a funny way, how will people know that I'm?
All right. Well, Val, I can hear you singing. I'll turn him down for a second. So, yeah, that's very Dave. That's very Dave.
Like a Dave Kinney when I started this whole venture,
Oh no.
but like everybody's a Dave Kinney when they. It's like, yes, I'm a trans mask who read home stuff. What about it?
Well, yeah, I never, but unfortunately, that's because I'm a Momo, and I just picked Gamzee. Like the second Gamzee's page came out, and I was reading sequentially, so I was there when that update happened. I was like, oh, this looks like a good character I can just invest in, because Andrew obviously isn't really like invested, so I'll just be out of the way of whatever his plans are, and I'll be fine, and he'll just do whatever he wants with his main characters, and I'll be good. And then, so you can see how
And
that
then-
worked out for me.
No, I had an inkling that Gamzee
Avatar.
did some shit in Homestuck, but like the first page I got for Gamzee, I was like, oh no, they're now my favorite, I guess.
Yeah. I love this little clown. This is my clown. And I'm never giving up. I don't know how
Like,
to
it's
give
not
up.
even
It seems
fun.
like a waste of time to give up. I definitely am not giving up because
There's,
what someone wants me to. I'm obstinate.
Squints looks over to the side. You can hear like Goblin laughing as like a figure fades into the distance.
Oh, who's the goblin? Who's that mysterious goblin?
I think everybody knows the Goblin is. We're just going to pretend that it's like, I don't know, Steve from Minecraft.
Yeah.
So that
Ah, Herobrine.
the
Ooh,
Goblin is
here
revealed.
again. That's the only Minecraft thing I know. I'm not hip.
Oh shit! Speaking of fucking Minecraft,
Aren't we all?
I was gonna do. We still gotta do the. We still gotta do the thing, Momo. But otherwise, I might end up. I was thinking of making a survival multiplayer on my stream.
Oh.
And have my like good streamer buddy pals play on there as well. It's just the fact that like I gotta be really into it. I have to be really dedicated to it because it's a competitive market. It is
Yeah.
a competitive market.
Yeah, it's there's so many Minecraft streamers. I see the Twitter trending. They're all the time. Too many times,
It fucks
maybe
me
even.
up because
Yet another white cis male who, like,
Uh-huh.
who makes content geared towards
Who screams at Minecraft?
screams at Minecraft, absolutely. And like the entire thing is like, I don't know, fucking they it's so annoying. Anyway, I don't know, it's just seeing that and like knowing that there's like stuff that's going on that should be like way better handled by like those streamers, it kind of pisses me off, but like it's okay because I guess we're just gonna let we're gonna let history repeat itself over and over again.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
gonna
of course.
work out
That's
and be
what's
like,
so frustrating about being in a fandom paradigm, particularly like this one, because everything old is just new again over and over. And it's like, guys, we know how to deal with this.
It literally happened already.
Yeah.
It happened fucking 2 weeks ago. You are all aware of it. You all hated it. Why are we still doing this?
Right. Ugh.
I hate it here. I really do hate it here.
Here. I hate it here, but I'm also fine. It's good to get old. You calm down. You realize that like everything ends. You accept death.
Well, Jesus Christ! Oh my God,
Yeah.
Momo!
Yeah.
God damn!
Yeah. You're doing a great
You're
job
like,
of pitching.
Death is
for
inevitable.
old.
Oh, God.
Never mind, I'm
Nothing
sorry.
matters. It's like, oh my God, Jesus
No,
Christ!
it's good. No,
It's not that problems go away. You just give less of a shit about them.
No, all right. I'll admit that wasn't the greatest pitch. You just realize that, things are transient and life goes on and that it's not an apocalypse, it's not the end of the world, and you can move past and work through things, and
All I'm
you
saying
can fix
is-
problems.
All I'm saying is, I'm coming back, and I'm gonna be reincarnated as a mollusk,
Yeah.
and that's all that matters.
Okay, I want to be a tiger so I can maul somebody. Because, like, it's
That'd be-
okay when you're a tiger.
Mm-hmm. See, the thing is, all I'm saying is, if life is not temporary, I mean, if life is temporary, then what makes death so permanent? Since
Ah.
we're all supposed to be in the cycle, right? It's supposed to be a circle of life. That means it's supposed to happen again and again. And like saying that, like, oh yeah, nothing's gonna happen afterwards is kind of blasphemous. I mean, like in the way that like every other like civilization kind of has it figured out. It seems to be without any other like
other people trying to influence them to think so. And
Uh-huh.
what I mean by that is like the fact that like fucking almost every religion has like some idea of like an afterlife or like coming back and doing it again. Like think of Buddhism. But I don't know. I'm not convinced that like I'm gonna sit here and live my entire life, do so many good things, or I don't know, shitty things, I guess, and like nothing is rewarded of me. That's bullshit.
If that doesn't happen, I'm gonna fucking do it myself. All right.
I like it. I like that attitude.
And
Yeah, no,
besides,
it's like
Yeah.
if I've got to put up with being alive, there better be some kind of payout for this.
You've got me 7 kinds of fucked up. If you think I'm gonna be put inside this goddamn body, be here during a fucking Corona time.
You made me live
Dur-
in a society.
During a
You made me
pendulum.
live during the pendulum. You made me live during the. You made me live with some tumultuous ass fucking people. Okay? I know some petty ass people, and you gonna make me sit here and think, well, golly gee willikers, nothing after this,
Reward is the boy.
Hell no. That's some
I like
bullshit,
that.
too.
I
That's some
do. I
bullshit.
do.
Motherfuckers out here be like, I get it. The silence, the idea of there being permanent silence, great, wonderful. But that's still bullshit, in my opinion. I'm not gonna sit
No,
here
I
and
actually,
like, think
I
that
actually do. I do like that. I think it's like, I think I'm in the same boat without thinking like it's not going to be me. Like something does carry on. The actions that you did carry on, and there is something bigger than you, more important. That's why what you do matters. Like it's not meaningless because life goes on. But yeah, I also kind of believe it's not going to be me. But that helps me because it helps me look past my ego about situations where looking past my ego is helpful. But I like it. I do like that.
Even if nobody personally remembers what you did specifically, it's the fact that you did it and that you've inspired other people to do things,
Mhm.
which is what really gets me in that movie where it's like it's not like that. I have a feeling that it's not like exactly like nothing's gonna happen. We're all just gonna fucking turn into like mollusks. Well, I mean not that. Turning to a mollusk.
That'd be
isn't that bad.
that'd be
Let me see that
sweet.
right now.
That'd be cool. Yeah, I could be a mollusk. I'd be okay with that. If I'm wrong and that there is an afterlife and it's that I'd be a mollusk, I'm cool. I'm not gonna fight it.
The idea is that you come back and do it again, more or less. But like living an afterlife where you are a mollusk for like all eternity, I don't know.
Like you're
Sounds
not
pretty
going
legit.
back to the world. You're just up here and you're a mollusk.
Is this a reincarnation thing? No, you're a mollusk now.
No, you're just a mollusk.
Whack.
I think that'd be
Enjoy.
great. If I could just be a jellyfish, I think that'd be nice. Right?
You want to be a man of war? You want to be a box jellyfish?
I'll be a jellyfish.
You want to be a man of war?
Well, I wouldn't have any bones and they wouldn't hurt so much.
Oh, true.
Yeah. I wouldn't have bones. Which
But
is good.
You would also like commit murder just by like existing.
Yeah. I mean, we're doing it anyway as citizens of the Imperial Core, so.
Citizens of the Imperial Core.
Yeah, so I might as well have some cool jellyfish stingers. Sorry, it's a heavy stream today.
Maybe you'll just kill an infidel. That's
Just,
what we
you
we
know.
hope for.
Yeah.
Just fuck around and find out. Murder an infidel. See what it is. See what it is.
Oh.
I also so like my friend like came over and like basically spent some time with me whenever so my friend came over to my dorm and we went over to the B-Dubs, the Buffalo Wild Wings, to go chill, and like he's like, bro, you look like dog water. You look kind of depressed. And I'm like, you know what? You damn right, I am kind of depressed.
You don't have to say it.
No, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's like you tiptoe around it. Nah, man, I fucking hate it here with a burning fucking passion. There's not enough words I can use to express how much I hate it here.
Mhm.
And like I know that I'm physically here, as in like college, for a designated purpose. I'm over here. Like I gotta handle my business first, and then after that, I can do whatever the fuck I want. So I have ideas also. Like this isn't the end all be all, and I know it's not. But like the fact that I'm here, man, I'm able to find something that grants me passion outside of the collegiate experience. Cough cough. Streaming. I'm actually like I'm feeling way better
Mm-hmm. What is going on with this layer? What am I
because
doing?
otherwise I like I don't know. It just like feels like a thing where I can take control of myself. You know.
Yeah, yeah. It's kind of like I was talking earlier. That's sort of what the fan work is for me. Because if I was trying to like make it as a careerist, um, I don't think that would work out. I would just kind of end up losing more control over what I was working on and when and why. What am I doing with this layer? It's confusing to me. So I don't think that earring looks good, but whatever.
It's okay.
Yeah. So another thing about
There's
this
like
shot. Oh, sorry.
uh, I was gonna say just like I understand there's a whole thing of like you want to control how it looks to the literal like end of the thing, and like there are gonna be
Mhm.
things that you're probably gonna be like, oh, I hated this or I hated that, or like,
Uh-huh.
oh, this looks so tacky, but like accept it. Like
Yeah.
all I can say is that it's going to happen, and so don't be surprised whenever it does. But I can assure you that whatever feeling I'm telling you this like staring you in the eyes, shaking you, shaking your shoulders, Momo. You're going to sit there and like be like, oh my god, it looks terrible, it looks horrible. This thing looks so bad. Like you're gonna find out shit that you wouldn't have checked out even years in the future.
Uh-huh.
But like it doesn't matter
It'll be
because
fun.
I can tell you for sure there are gonna be people who are going to be way happier that you did it
Uh-huh.
than like the fact that you didn't do it, including me.
Thank you. I'm excited
Of
for
course.
this. It's gonna be. I'm gonna go ahead and every time I've given a date, it's ended up being wrong because like there's been something I didn't know or understand about the process before I got there. But I think
Well, don't.
my new date is the 11th of March, and we'll see. And you'll probably see something on like the Act 8 Twitter, um, or and the Tumblr if I feel like that's gonna happen. For me to feel really comfortable that that's gonna happen, I have to have this shot and the next shot finished by this Thursday. Then I feel like I have
Why
a
don't you-
week to do any final revisions and also get the intermission written and illustrated. And I feel like I can accomplish that. So that's
Why
kind of
don't
where
you
we're at.
just? Why don't you just like say it's ready whenever it's ready?
Because then it'll never be ready. Because I'll be a perfectionist about it. Like I
Oh.
need the goals just so it doesn't take forever.
Oh,
Yeah. Otherwise, it'll take.
that's fair.
There's
That's
this
fair.
there's this paradox at things of how long things take to work on, and the answer ends up being as long as you have time to work on them.
I know about that paradox.
Yeah, yeah. So I've been trying to keep resolve from falling into that, but you know, it's we're at the weird stage where I'm finally kind of getting my second win, but I've been forcing myself through it um, because it's just like was way past the point where I could stand to work at it anymore, and I just did it anyway. Like there were so many failures and weird things that happened last year that just kept being such severe obstacles
Mm-hmm.
that really just ruined kind of my hopes of when it would be done and how it would be done. That it's hard to stay committed under those conditions because you've already sort of lost the version of the project that you were hoping for, but then you just have to fall in love with what it is for itself and just kind of accept it and work through it like you were saying.
Of course. It doesn't. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter. Just you. The way, like you're your own worst critic, of course. So like, it's not gonna be that bad.
Yeah.
First,
It's not that
you're
bad.
gonna be on your worst critic. That's the thing you have to be aware of. And the other thing is like, it's not gonna be that bad. Like, it's not gonna make people just barf the time as soon as they see it. You're
Yeah, I'll be
anticipating
fine.
failure, which is completely fine. It's the way that you've gotten through most shit.
Right, exactly. Like it's not the end of the world. Like I was saying,
Right.
things just don't feel apocalyptic to me. I don't feel the need to panic or or overreact to anything, and it's nice. It's nice.
I mean,
Yes.
there's some things you should definitely freak out about, but otherwise,
It's
there are
like the
definitely some
thing
things you
is,
should
Yeah,
freak out about.
Yes, Riff.
some people are born with a consciousness. The sword of Damocles is hanging over all of our heads. But the way to cope with that is to just assume the sword is going to fall,
Yeah.
and there's nothing you can do about it. So
Yeah.
every time the sword doesn't fall, it's like a pleasant little surprise.
Right, like me, I bet I just think I would only get stabbed a little bit. I'm probably fine.
Oh, I think
No,
it'll
you're definitely
decapitate
fine.
me.
Well,
But like,
the thing is, like,
This-
I had a sword of Damocles, and someone came up and just like hit me with a great axe, like right in the middle, and I'm fine. So now I'm like, oh, it's fine. Not saying that trauma improves people; it usually doesn't. But I did a lot of work after, and the one thing I did get out of it as a result of like both the work I did and the love and support that people gave me while I healed is that now I have perspective, and you really can't, I guess, fuck with me. So that's been
Can't.
nice. Yeah,
It's too strong.
I'm too strong.
Too strong.
I made a
Big
fun
ass
little meme
muscles.
that I've shown to my friends where it's like, you know the mom, dad, I'm gay and stronger than both of you, so don't try any shit.
I never saw that, but
Well,
that is pretty fucking funny.
That's me at the fandom paradigm for whatever it's gonna do. Like, I will not hesitate.
You're worried about it. You're worried about it, but like it's just words.
It's
They're
just
not
words.
going to. They're like, what the fuck is somebody? They're not gonna run up. They're not gonna roll up your ass like, hey, you made an animation. Fucking time to die. Like
I
they're
would
not
love
gonna
to see
fucking
that,
murder you.
though.
over
I
a
would love to
goddamn
see that.
animation.
I would love to see it. Riff, you can do that. Riff knows where I live, so Riff has my
Yeah.
permission to show up.
I mean, I will be driving by your house this spring. So
Oh god, that's right.
this is feasible for me, Momo.
Yeah,
you understand this?
I'll throw a burger at your moving car.
Munch, munch, munch.
Yeah,
munch.
it's for you. It's not to like deface your car or anything. It's a gift burger. That was a
No,
A gift
Momo,
burger.
at this point, throwing a burger at my car would only drastically improve the situation with my car. I have to get in the passenger side every time. Half the bumper is gone.
oh.
It makes fun noises whenever I turn the steering wheel, which is often because I'm driving it.
Oh. Oh no. Oh, I don't like that.
No, me neither.
Okay, well,
Yeah,
I did.
No one does.
No one does. I did my 2 hours of streaming. I know I said that I would do 3 hours last week, but I was wrong. I was incorrect.
Just like do a little bit more. Like do 2 hours and 1 minute and see where it goes.
2 hours and 1 minute.
Like
okay.
the point where you don't recognize it is the point where you've gotten pretty much perfectly where you want to be.
Yeah.
That's
a
the
good
thing
point.
I've come to learn as well.
Oh,
Like whenever you successfully formed a habit, it should be where like you don't even have to fucking think about it. It's like something you just do.
yeah.
So
I'm really excited to hopefully someday kind of feel that with art, where I just feel like it's natural to work on. I guess because that's the one downside of it not being a full-time thing, is you never really, like, you're not doing enough times every day where it's just instinct. You're always having to think about it.
Mhm.
But it's still okay, because I can still do it. What else was I gonna say? I don't remember.
what else were you going to say?
I don't know. Oh, of course I'm already planning like another, not planning, but like I have like the animatic in my brain for another huge animation. Not for Act 8, but it's like now I just, because of course I do, because I love doing these actually. Like I love the Flash animations.
That's good.
Yeah.
I'm glad that you love it. I would
Yeah.
hate to see that you're doing something you don't like to
Right.
do.
I love these. I've always wanted to like direct actually. Like I love animation.
You're doing great, and I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
Of course, of course.
Alright. So yeah, we are gonna give it a little bit more time. But I will need to get food also, so we're just gonna, we'll go over a little bit. So
I'm meant to go do some grocery shopping yesterday, but I felt
Grocery
very
shopping.
sick, so I did
Oh,
not do that.
well, I'll do that. Oh, I could order ramen today? Oh no, I just realized I could order
Little
ramen today. Oh no, I'm ordering ramen
No.
today. Oh,
Treat
I'm
for
doing
Momo.
it. No, I'm getting a treat.
Get a treat.
I'm getting a treat. I deserve it. I've been very good.
I
I've
think the
been
only thing I'm missing out-
extraordinarily good.
You've been great. I think the only thing I'm missing out on in regards to perspective is learning a language.
Oh
that's it for
shit,
me.
yeah. Oh
Like
fuck.
you talk about perspective. Like you're only getting perspective in fucking English.
Yeah, that's
like,
right.
do you know how to speak other languages?
I know a little bit of Japanese, and I practiced like Spanish and Duolingo for a year and forgot everything. So now I need to do that again. Spanish is, I think, like,
Don't use Duolingo.
oh yeah.
But like, otherwise, like, just listen to podcasts. Whatever thing you can do that like
Any
you don't even have to
podcast,
think about
listen
doing
to Mabim Bam, and you will learn. No, sorry.
it. I mean, you could. as
I
long as
actually
you-
have like
the whole thing.
yeah, a good YouTube channel that I followed ages ago when I was trying to study it a bit more. That I should just watch all her videos, cause she kind of
just
yeah.
go ahead.
She like gradually makes them more and more to be in the Spanish language. So eventually you're just all the lessons are completely in Spanish, and it looks like it'd be really effective.
There are also ways to like talk with other people in order to practice it. But the whole thing is that you need to be able to hold a conversation. You're not gonna need to know exactly how to say like vermilion in Spanish. Like usually you'll be able to get off with some pretty easy stuff. Of course, every once in a while you have to go practice your vocabulary. But like otherwise, if as long as you can say like I'm hungry, I am thirsty, as long as you can fucking make sense to somebody who's a native speaker, then you're good. Also, get the accent down.
Yeah.
We don't need any Spanglish. We do not need any Spanglish. Como te llamas? Me llamo es. Also, if you ever want to practice Spanish with somebody, hit me up because I also want to like
yeah.
continue my Spanish learning.
Maybe we should make like Homestuck language learning club or something. I don't know why
Homestuck
we need
language-
Homestucks, but
The HLLC. The
yeah.
HLLC.
The HLLC. Well, there's like translation clubs for Homestuck projects, and that's very cool. So maybe that sort of thing could also become like a language learning group. Oh, all right, let me put a little bit more polish on this frame, and then I will order that ramen for myself, and then I will just I don't know, I'll just enjoy my day. If I can finish this shot by like maybe tomorrow evening. I don't know. I'm not even halfway through all these the effects. I still need to do the eyes. I still need to do like the lighting stuff where I'm gonna have it fade to be much darker, and then the lighting's gonna be underlit or like from the wand. So I have to think about how I'm handling that. But yeah, so I'm gonna see what I can do. I just hope it doesn't take forever. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna call it there. That's gonna be the stream. We did it, everyone. Thank you for coming. Any last questions from chat? Any last comments from our guests?
What if you want to go to heaven, but then God said,
Nah, you're a mollusk.
Nah, you're a mollusk. throws
That's it.
throws
Doesn't
you in
say
the tank.
anything.
That's it. Well, everybody think on that. That'll be our philosophy homework for next Sunday.
philosophy homework.
Yeah, it's philosophy.
Thinking about thinking.
Think about thinking. Think about thinking. Okay. Well, all right. Goodbye, everybody. Have a